Good morning, my children, and welcome to your English class, the class of the teacher Jacob. Today, my children, we're going to have a review of the previous topics, including singular and plural. Now, I'm going to ask some questions because for this, up to this point, you already know the subject, so let's start. Now, do you remember singular, the word singular, for how many objects? For only one object. It can be a dog, it can be a car, it can be a box, okay? Whatever object that you want, including animals, singular only for one. Now, if we want to transform an object into singular, what do we have to do? Remember, we are going to write a or an at the beginning of the word. If the word begins with a vowel, si nuestra palabra empieza con una vocal, remember the vowels A, E, I, O, and U. If the word begins with a vowel, we are going to write an. But if it doesn't begin with the vowel, we are only going to write a. Okay? Very good. Now, what about plural? Plural, the word plural, for how many objects? Remember, 2, 3, 4, or more, up to 100 objects. That is plural. Now, if we want to transform a word into plural, what do we have to do? Remember, at the end of the word, at the end of the object, we are going to write S or ES. Okay? Now, if the word finishes with an X, with an S, or with an H, we are going to write ES. Si nuestra palabra terminaba con una X, con una H o con una S, íbamos a escribir o agregar ES al final de esa palabra para convertirla en plural. If the word doesn't finishes with X, H, or S, si no termina con esas letras, we are only going to write S. Okay, very good. Now, to practice this, we have here some examples. First of all, let's begin with the singular objects. Now here, as you can see, we have objects. We have the orange, which is a fruit. We have the kitchen, parts of the house. We have a car, means of transportation. We have a skirt, which is part of the cloth. Remember, the skirt, it's only worn by girls, and it's the bottom part of the cloth. And we have an arm, which is part of the body. Okay, remember the arm, it's all of this part. Now, these objects, if we want to transform it into singular, remember the rules. Let's see. The word orange begins with the letter O. Now, the letter O, is it a vowel? Yes, it is. So, what we are going to write? An or a? An orange. In Spanish, una, only one, una naranja. Let's continue with the second. It says kitchen. Now, kitchen begins with the letter K. Now, the letter K, is it a vowel? No, it isn't. So, an or a kitchen, una cocina. Let's continue with number 3. We have a car. Now, the word car begins with the letter C. The letter C, is it a vowel? No, it isn't. So, an or a car. Let's continue with the number 4. The number 4, it says skirt. Now, the word skirt begins with the letter S. Letter S, is it a vowel? No, it isn't. So, we're going to write a skirt, una falda. Let's continue with the last one. The word arm begins with the letter A. Now, the letter A, is it a vowel? Yes, it is. So, an or a? An arm. Un brazo. Very good, excellent, very good. I'm very happy. Now remember, these are in the case of singular objects. Now what about plural objects? Once again, plural, two or more, dos o más. Now remember the rules. Let's apply them to this exercise. The word fox. Now this is a new word for you. The word fox. Fox is an animal. It looks like a dog, but it's not a dog, okay? The fox is in Spanish es un zorro, okay? And the word zorro in English with the teacher is fox, okay? Very good. Now the word fox finishes with an X. Remember the rule. If the word finishes with X, H, or S, we are going to add y vamos a agregar ES. Foxes, zorros. Okay, very good. Let's continue with the second word. The second word, again, it's a new word for you. It's peach. Now, peach, it's a fruit. It's similar like an apple, but it's not an apple. It's color orange. It's not an orange. It's smaller. In Spanish, it's called durazno. With the teacher, of course, it's called peach. Now, the word peach finishes with letter H. Now, remember the rules. If the word finishes with X, H, or S, ¿qué vamos a agregar? ES or S? ES. Very good. Peaches, duraznos. Let's continue with the number 3. The number 3 is dish. Now remember, dish, it's similar to a plate. Do you remember what is a plate? It's a certain object that has a circular form in which we put the food, donde colocamos la comida. Un plato, okay? Now the word dish finishes with H. Remember the rules. ES. Dishes, platos. Let's continue with the number 4. We have ruler. Now remember the ruler, it's an object of measure, para medir, okay? Now the word ruler finishes with the letter R. Now the letter R, is it part of the letters that we have to apply? Es parte de las letras que tenemos que separar para poner ES. No, recuerden que las únicas letras que necesitamos para agregar ES es H, X, and S. So ruler, we are going to just add, únicamente vamos a agregar an S. Rulers, reglas. And finally, we have bottle. Now the bottle, remember, it's an object made of plastic or crystal in which we put some liquid that we can drink it, okay? Now the word bottle finishes with letter E. Now we are going to write S or ES. No, ES no, because we don't have an X, no hay X, no hay H, no hay S. We only have an E, solamente hay una E. That means only S, solamente agregamos una S para convertir nuestro objeto en plural and becomes bottles, botellas, okay? Very good, excellent. Now, today my children, before, after the exercise of today, we're going to see a new topic. Now this topic, the topic of today, also involves, también involucra singular and plural objects, okay? Now this topic is called this. Now the word this in Spanish means esto, okay? Remember, this it's in singular because only referring one object. Solamente nos referimos a un objeto. This is also, también lo vamos a utilizar únicamente cuando nuestro objeto está cerca de nosotros, como lo está indicando el dedito. Here, the finger is pointing the fish. Now, the fish is it near or far. Near, cerca, okay? So, we're going to use this, vamos a utilizar la palabra this cuando nuestro objeto está cerca de nosotros, okay? And this in Spanish, en español quiere decir esto. For example, if I say, what is this? First of all, primero pongan atención que nuestro marcador está cerca del teacher. Por lo tanto, pues vamos a decir esto, porque está cerquita. Si estuviera lejos, diríamos eso, refiriéndonos a un objeto que está muy, muy lejos. Pero como el objeto está cerca, we're going to say this, esto. This is a marker. Esto de aquí, esto cerquita, esto es un marcador. This is a marker. Once again, y si nuestro objeto estuviera muy lejos, lo diríamos de otra forma. Ahorita únicamente nos vamos a concentrar con 10. 10 cuando nuestro objeto está ¿qué? Cerquita, ¿ok? Very good. Now, this activity, which is the new topic, is part of your teddy book and it's located right here. So, if you want to work along with the teacher, si quieren trabajar junto al teacher, you have 5 seconds to grab your pencil case and to grab your book to open it in this page, okay? Let's start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Ready? You have your teddy book open in this page and with your pencil ready? Let's start. Now, once again, remember the word this in Spanish means esto. And this is when the object is near, cuando está cerquita, okay? Now, we have several questions, okay? Next to these questions, we have the object. We have to answer them in the correct form, okay? For this, remember, I'm going to help you. The first question, it says, what is this? ¿Qué es esto? What is this? Remember, this is the correct form to answer the question. This, esto, this, is, and because we're talking about singular objects, como estamos hablando de objetos singulares, no se les olvide poner a o an, porque acuérdense que estamos hablando de solo un object, es muy importante esa parte. This is a, and the name of the object. What is this? A skirt. Remember, it's part of the family of the cloth and it's used only by girls. This is a skirt. Very good. In Spanish means esto es una falda. Okay? Very good. Excellent. Let's continue with the number 2. The number 2, it says, what is this? ¿Qué es esto? Okay? Let's answer it. Remember, we start with this, esto. This is, don't forget to write the a or an to indicate the singular object. This is a glass. Esto es un vaso. Okay? Excellent. Very good. And finally, the last one, the last subject, it says, what is this? What is this? ¿Qué es esto? Remember, we start with, empezamos con this, esto, this is a sofa. This is a sofa. Esto es un sofá. Okay? Very good. Excellent. Now, don't worry if this was a little bit difficult. No se preocupen si se les hizo un poco difícil. We are going to continue working with this. Estaremos trabajando con este tema frecuentemente para que se les facilite, okay? Very good. So that's it for today, my children. At the end of this work, don't forget, if you want, it's optional. If you want to paint the objects, you can do it. There is no problem. Okay? Very good. So we see you tomorrow with more videos. Take care. Goodbye.